play.
Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of Let's Play Sacred 2, with me, Bezlonir, your host, as always, except for when Tony's here, because when Tony's here, I gotta get out the way, gotta go run and hide, because I don't hang out with Tony. Yeah, I found a way to make that work. I didn't know where I was going with that. Well, that's just a joke for me, myself, and I, because, well, it is a joke that sort of a joke that I made in the LP, but, yeah, anyway, so, here we are. We were in the Earthax Moxie, because we were getting the unique mount, which I could not afford, now that I think about it. Right, still can't afford it. I'll buy it later. Doesn't matter that much because we don't have the writing skill at the moment, so I'm probably not going to use it until I have the writing skill, you know? Alright. So I just have to remember how to play this character, and we'll be golden. At least I remembered the hotkeys right off the bat. It's not exactly hard, it's just very different from my other character that I've been playing. I could say this, I played through to the end of the game on my other character. He's got a lot of defense, and towards the end of the main campaign, it does get pretty, the damage gets pretty heavy, so it'll be interesting to see how I handle that with this character. My guess would obviously be a lot of running around and things, but who knows. Let's gather up a whole bunch of mobs and kill them, because that is the name of the game. I was going to, my original thought was to pause this and then join you back at the next city, but I decided to start talking. And then I liked hearing myself talk, and then I was like, you know what, I could just fight stuff. Bit of a problem. My goals, I guess, would be to record 2 or 3 LPs tonight, because I'm working 6 days this week, so I gotta get some stuff together now. But, wow, that was totally pointless. That's what I wanted to do. Sometimes I do miss some aspects of my other character. A lot more passive damage with that character. I do think this character can kill a lot faster, though. But when I got a lot of enemies spread out like that, makes things a little difficult. I gotta be careful too, because I think it won't be too much of a problem, but I did set my my loot settings to filter out regular quality items, because I was playing with a higher level character. My Dryad is level 50 now, and when you get high in level, it's that the normal stuff is just useless at that point. Like, you're never going to be looking at it as a viable option to equip. Okay, cool. I love how those things keep going. After I make a couple videos here, I plan on making a video highlighting some of my other characters I've been experimenting with, and it's mostly based off of builds that I found on the internet and stuff, so these are options that if you wanted to play, you could try out some of these types of characters. So, in theory, that'll just sort of demonstrate different playstyles that you could use, and you'll see how quite different they are. One of the characters, and this is what made me think of this, is the BFG Seraphim. Obviously, BFG stands for Big Fucking Gun, and so it's pretty cool. Honestly, the BFG Seraphim is kind of like, it's kind of Star Wars-y, just like has this like laser rifle that she shoots everything with. But the thing is, that one problem, if you will, which comes out somewhat often because this game is kind of hilly, is that the her laser shots won't go uphill. So that's one reason why I really appreciate the fact that these icicles just keep going and going and going. Because sometimes when you're trying to shoot something that's... you feel like you should be able to hit on the Seraphim, and you can't hit it. But I can tell you that a BFG Seraphim, I find it tedious on the console, just because of the way it plays. That's similar to Melee. I have never really enjoyed playing like a Melee character on the PC versions of Diablo-style games, because it's like you have to click so much. It sounds stupid, but, you know, to me, it's legitimate. I just don't like clicking that much. And it's really just a question, it just wears out my hands, you know? Okay, I think all I want to do right now is grab this res portal, and then we are on our way to the Act 2 boss, the Gar Colossus. That's our task for this video. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but I don't think it'll be too hard. As opposed to Chieftain Gahanka, which is kind of a no-brainer, this guy's can be a little tough. It's going to be harder for me on this character than it was on my Dryad. I hardly even noticed this boss on my Dryad, but, you know, this boss aside, like other bosses to fight on the Dryad, which, I mean, I guess I will show off the Dryad in the video where I show off other characters. The only problem with that is the ones that aren't my Dryad aren't as high in level as I'd like them to be to show off, just so I can show all the abilities and things that they have. But, well, this is weird. This isn't striking a... I'm pretty sure this is the way. I'll just keep going up this way, and unless it turns out it's not the way, but it doesn't look right to me. Maybe it is. No, this just like goes up to some guy's house. Hello! Did you think I was the boss? I get that all the time, yes. The layouts and the landscaping around my house is quite similar to the road that leads up to the boss, so yes, I understand. It's just like being on a busy street at Halloween, you know, you just deal with it. One lives with these things. Yeah, but with the Dryad, the bosses are just like I think they're so... I don't want to say that you don't have to try at all, because you kind of have to try, but they're pretty easy because, like, you just kind of like root everything in place and just you can just keep everything in place and just like kind of kill it at your leisure. The only downside to this boss, as you'll see in a minute, is that there's kind of a long run up to the boss. Okay, my mouse is not pointed over there. I'm wondering why my character's... Really? Come on, man, that's the third time. It's because of this, isn't it? Yep. That's the problem with mouse targeting. See, I had my camera over here, but the game thinks that I'm pointing it somewhere weird on these mountains or something. I don't know. It can be weird. I've done what I could with the controls for this game, and I think that what I have done works better than what originally is the control scheme. So that's the portal goes right towards where the boss is, and as you'll see, as a for instance, if you die, that'll help you shortcut back to the boss and save out the walk time that you'll see here. And this is a little weird, I guess. I'm thinking the game is cloudy right now, a little foggy, like the game's weather or something, because usually this is a little bit more clear and you can kind of see down there a bit. So this is, I mean, it's a cool area, but unfortunately it's a bit like, as you can see, you have to, it takes like a minute and a half to walk down all this thing, which I like this, but you know, that would be 100 times better for me if there was a bunch of mobs here that you could fight. So yeah, at this point I could take that portal back, but I got no reason to. Cause it's boss time, baby! It's boss time, baby! It's time to die! Na 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 na. Now I have to figure out if I have anything for really fighting a boss with. And when he kills me, I assume he'll be showing me that I don't. He's got a couple attacks that you really don't want to get hit by. So that's the main thing with this guy. Do not get hit by that rock. Yeah, okay. There's the big one, though. That one does a lot of damage. Didn't really hurt me here too much, though. Huh. As you may have seen, he has like an energy shield. So it helps to stay a little distance away from him. Don't get hit by this thing. It's the rock after the initial shockwave that really hurts.
The end is near.
And of course he'll beat on you. My Dryad had so much defense that I didn't even bother trying to run away or anything. See there, I got hit by the rock. And that hurt. Okay. This is kind of easier if I stay close to him because I can hit him with more of my things. But it's a risk-reward scenario, isn't it? He should die there. Aw, man! I blew him up. See, the funny thing with this boss is if he doesn't blow up, this loot all falls right out of his ass. It's honestly hilarious to me. Okay. So, we beat Gar Colossus. Take a look around, it's kind of neat. As you can see, blah blah blah. All these blue pools is all, I guess, raw tea energy. I don't know, I guess I assume that's kind of aping on chi energy, except it's magically technological, which sounds like Lucky Charms, which are magically delicious. They're always trying to steal me tea energy. Really? What kind of tea is that again? Is that weed tea that they're trying to steal there? Friggin' Lucky Charms guy is just getting like blazed up. I know he has a name, doesn't he? I can't think of it. I'm sure he has a name. I mean,
saved our lives. I am forever in your debt. From now on, I swear no harm will come to the girls in this region.
okay, so theoretically he wants us to go into the Orcish territory because there was more Gar Colossi there or something. Or he thought it was interesting. I don't know. I'm tossing around the idea of whether or not to, oh. Well, I don't think that ring will be useful for me because, plus I really don't have any good rings on. I really don't have any good rings on. Okay, well, we don't really do any magic damage that I can think of. Inventory management. Instead, what I meant to say was, Let me take a look at the map. Where do we need to go now? Oh, hey, look, that house that we were just over at. So I'm gonna go up there. Yes. Alright. And we'll go talk to rich guy on the hill. Standing in the shadow of the hill. Something, something, something of the hill. And I'm standing in the shadow of the hill.
Hello. Good
Yeah, you
job.
probably haven't heard that song.
Rescued the girls, knocked off
Maybe you
Mudman,
have.
even turned the broker to the good side.
Mudman.
Although, mind you, he'll still take some watching. I've heard of this place where the Gar Colossus came from. Raw pools of magic coming right up out of...
Wait, oh. So this guy's like following us. That's the same guy we met up with way down here to where we can't even like scroll down there anymore. And that's Lamar, the first big city we went to.
Rumors that there are other places like this so-called place where the magic flows from the...
First humans, and now even orcs?
I don't know. So we gotta go over to the orc territory for some reason. Ultimately, there's just this big war between the forces of light, which are kind of represented by the Seraphim. In fact, they are, basically, because the Seraphim is, I think, the only character that can't do the dark campaign, where the character, if you will, that opposes her is the Inquisitor, which is the only class which can only play the dark campaign. So as you can see, now we gotta go all the way over here. And that is like something for its own video, I would have to say. So I think I'm gonna conclude this, even though that makes this a short episode, because the only thing I have at the moment is some inventory management stuff to do. And then when we come back, we'll run over there, because that's kind of a whole long run, and I have a tendency to miss the way we're supposed to go and things like that. So yeah, I guess that concludes this episode of Let's Play Sacred 2 for the PC with me, Bezlonir. So this is Bezlonir signing out, and I'll see you next time, viewer. Thanks for watching.